Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emefiele. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Rufai. Good morning, Ayo.
Good morning.
Yes, we'll start the review with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. The lead story, Emefiele forecloses extension of January 31 deadline for return of old banknotes. National Assembly members kick. House of Representatives set up committee to meet CBN bank CEOs on redesigned currencies. Apex Bank's governor says about 1.5 trillion naira of old banknotes returned. Clarifies stamp duty row reveals 370.68 billion naira collected in 7 years. Not 89 trillion naira. Audit underway. Declares currency redesign has slowed down kidnapping, ransom taking. Says no cause for alarm over CBN's exposure to federal government. MPC raises MPR to 17.5%. Yes, the CBN governor holding court yesterday after the MPC meeting. And of course, he said he has no good news for those who want extension to the deadline for the return of old bank notes. Yes, but the problem is that in many areas, the new currency is still a scarce commodity. And we hope all the hiccups on the way will be cleared before January 31 deadline. Yes, because, of course, the National Assembly having their own position, asking for extension, will the central bank governor bow to their requests? But the reality on ground, I don't want to blame Nigerians who wait for the lastminute.com. Yes, I don't think this is the issue now, because banks are still dispensing old notes. That is a problem the central bank must deal with, and quickly, before that date. Now, of course, above the masthead, Atiku, I will change our security architecture, grow economy. Tinubu, I will end youth frustration in Nigeria if elected. Yes, the presidential candidates on the campaign trail, you make all promises on the soapbox. Sometimes we ask about the how. But again, when they get the job, whoever gets the job, know that his job is well cut out, given the parlor state of the Nigerian economy right now. So you can make all kinds of promises, but you must also get the money to execute that project when you come to power. Of course, they have experts around them who will provide solutions, as it were. Now, if we look at the Guardian newspaper, the lead story, of course, CBN insists on January 31 deadline. Sean's called for extension. Yes, but reporting Buhari's visit to Lagos, the Guardian newspaper, just below the masthead, is reporting Buhari keeps mum, commissions Blue Line Rail, J.K. Randall Center. And of course, that story is also, of course, in the window story of This Day newspaper. Buhari takes train ride after inaugurating phase 1 of Lagos Blue Rail Line. Witnesses signing of contract for construction of second phase unveils J.K. Randall Center. But if we go to Business Day, reporting the Buhari visit. Yes, above the masthead, Buhari inaugurates Lagos Light Rail he killed 38 years ago. Yes, of course, recall a bit of history there, that LKJ, Lateef Jakonde, the man who did wonders in Lagos. In 4 years, he was in power. He was at the verge of building metro line, not this light rail, metro line, because routes were already marked, houses being pulled down, contract awarded, a French firm, and of course entered the Buhari junta. Yes, the coup of 1983, led by Major General Buhari, and that contract was cancelled. Of course, the French firm went to court and collected, got some compensation for breach of contract. So a bit of history there, but Thank goodness we have a light rail facility in Lagos now. 13 kilometers, the first phase of the Blue Line, commissioned yesterday. But the Lagos state officials, as Gbenga Omotosho will insist, they prefer to call it inauguration. But what's the difference? I ask Gbenga Omotosho, former editor himself. So, but let's move on to other stories. Now, the Vanguard newspaper, yes, National Assembly, CBN battled over old Naira note deadline. Now, but beside that lead story, constitutional review, National Assembly bows to governors as state assemblies reject local government autonomy. What a blow. But it's not that the governors are bowing to, the National Assembly bowing to the governors. It's just that the governors have had their way. They don't want that autonomy so that they can continue to dip their fingers into local government allocation in the guise of course, the constitutionally provided joint local government account. So they've been able to get the states houses of assembly not to okay that aspect of the constitutional amendment. So the issue of local government autonomy will wait for another National Assembly to look at it somewhere along the line. And of course, the Nigerian Tribune also has that story above its masthead. Constitutional review. Senate bows to governors on refusal on local government autonomy to transmit 35 bills to Buhari for assent. Reps may consider same report today. Now, the Daily Trust newspaper, Buhari chairs 14-man committee as fuel scarcity worsens. DSS, Customs, EFCC, others, members of this committee. President racing against time, experts. Hawkers sell petrol for 500 naira per liter in Abuja, 600 naira per liter in Ondo. Yes, is this the solution? When you don't want to solve a problem, set up a committee. Yes. Is he chairing this committee in his capacity as Petroleum Resources Minister or as President? Well, whatever it is. Mr. President, we want this problem solved. Nigerians cannot be suffering in their own country blessed with crude oil. Yes, we cannot refine, we import. Yes, we shouldn't be subsidizing. We are spending trillions to subsidize. Where is the petrol? We cannot even distribute effectively. It's a shame. Now, the foreign newspapers quickly, the Times of London, economy is failing to bounce back fast enough. Forecast downgraded before March budget. Yes, the Office of Budget Responsibility told Jeremy Hunt yesterday, the Chancellor, that it overestimated the prospect for medium-term growth in the economy last year, and it intends to revise its forecast down. What that means, 9.2 billion pounds headroom in Hunt's autumn statement. It's not there. And of course, he has to grapple how to fill that hole as he prepares his budget in March. Now, the Daily Telegraph, hammer blow for Putin as Ukraine gets tanks. Yes, Ukraine will be getting tanks from Germany, Leopard tanks, and of course, Abrams tanks from America. That's what newspapers are reporting. Yes.
We seem to be running out of time. The expectation is that by February, Ukraine will get up to about 200 tanks from UK, Poland, Germany, and
Sweden and Finland.
Abrams tanks also from
America,
from the United States. So does this look like NATO getting into that war?
In fact, you literally took that out of my mouth. Is it NATO versus Russia?
And how is that going to play out with Putin threatening to use nuclear missiles? Very quickly, I wanted to comment on the committee on petrol supply that has been set up by the president. Yes, the president is the chair of the party, of the committee, with Chief Timi Presiva, Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, as the alternate chairman. Okay, in terms of optics, we've always said the buck stops at the desk of the president. So the president wants to take charge of a fuel supply directly. just now, with how many days to the election, with the government almost on its way out, how much difference would that make? You know, that's the big question.
Of setting up a committee?
The second issue is that if you look at that committee, right, the key people who have been arguing about this fuel supply issue, they are not there. The independent marketers, petrol marketers are not there. IPMAN. The Major Oil Marketer Association of Nigeria, they are not represented. There is another group called DAPMAN. Those ones, the Depots and Petroleum Products Association of Nigeria. They are not part of that committee. The 14-member committee is made up of just government officials.
So that's what I'm
sitting down with the
why
president.
Are they setting up a committee?
Well, in any case.
Is this not the same government people?
In any case, I don't want to put down a committee chaired by the president. But there are no major stakeholders there. What you have there is DSS, EFCC, Governor Central Bank, CG, Customs, Director General, Civil Defense Corps. The marketers, the distributors, they have identified the issues. The issues are in plain sight. Why don't they just go ahead straight and address those issues?
After 2 months of suffering, they are just setting up committees.
Committee set
and
up
promises.
After 2 months.
That committee is unnecessary.
After 2 months of
Let them solve the problem.
After DSS said 48 hours, we'll solve the problem.